Hey everybody, just me fixing my hair here. My beautiful hair. Sorry, Ben. No. um, all right, we are live. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna maybe just have a little bit of small talk here to see if kind of let people trickle in and join us. Ben, it's 2025. Welcome to 2025. I hope you had a great holidays.
I did. It was great.
Yeah,
It's hard to believe it's already 2025. So, but
I know.
we're excited for 2025. It's going to be a good year.
Yep, yep. Well, I'm excited for this live, and it'll be fun to see what we talk about today. Let's just jump in. Let's get going. I've said this many times, but I'm Nick Barker. Thanks for joining us today on our first live of 2025, and I'm thrilled as always to have you guys join us, and to also have Ben join us today. Where in this session we're going to be talking about maximizing your potential with a self-directed IRA. We're going to cover a lot of ground, starting with, the current state of retirement accounts, kind of exploring how self-directed IRAs can give you access to unique investment opportunities, and then highlighting why Accuplan is the go-to platform for managing your alternative assets like gold and crypto inside of a retirement account. I already said this, but today I'm joined with Ben. Ben, thank you for being here. He's our self-directed IRA expert. He's been with Accuplan for over 20 years, I think.
Over 20 years, probably
It's been a
22, I
long,
think now. Long
and
time.
you can imagine during that time, he's had the opportunity to help countless individuals unlock the potential of their retirement accounts. And so he's going to be the one that's going to be diving more into the details. I'll share some details, but he'll be diving into more of the deep dive details and answering your questions throughout this session. With that being said, if you have questions, ask them at any time, because we may get to them instantly. If you ask a question right then, we may jump right to it. So don't be afraid to wait until the end. If there are questions, though, that seem like they can be waited on, we'll have a session at the very end for the Q&A. But get those questions in when you think about them so you don't forget. Okay, let's begin. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, which is the limitations of standard traditional retirement accounts, most 401ks and IRAs. They rely heavily on stocks and bonds and mutual funds. I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but above 90%, I would assume that maybe even above 95% of all 401ks and IRAs are just invested in those three asset classes, right? They're great tools. They're awesome, but they can leave your portfolio vulnerable, to market swings, right? And they limit your ability to diversify. So you're not as safeguarded as you could be. Today in 2025, look, there's so many more options to investing than just stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, right? So because there's so much more options, everybody's more curious about, well, you know what, maybe I should look into those options. And most of the time, they don't even think about using their retirement accounts that brings tax benefits just by having, those retirement accounts. But the thing is, it's a self-directed IRA where this shines. You can now open the door to these investment opportunities and not just have to be stuck to those few three that I mentioned: stocks, bonds, mutual funds. So Ben, share your perspective on maybe why traditional accounts often fall short for today's investors.
Yeah, no problem. So you mentioned diversity. Diversity is a big thing. When you talk about investing, they always say diversify your portfolio. What does that mean? It means to invest in different asset classes. You don't want to have all your eggs in Walmart stock. If Walmart were to go out of business today, you lose your portfolio. So they say to diversify your portfolio into different investment choices. So if one asset class is doing well, the other asset class is doing less well, you may still make some money on that. Stocks, bonds, and mutual funds do give you diversity, but the diversity is limited. It's limited to stocks, bonds, mutual funds. And there are so many other asset classes that you could invest in, specifically in your retirement account, that a traditional company like Fidelity, Schwab, E-Trade will not allow you to do. They just don't allow it. You can do it, but they don't allow you to do that. So if you're a savvy investor, you're an investor that knows how to invest, and you don't want to rely on someone to manage your money, you want to manage it yourself, a self-directed IRA is a great product to go into. It gives you control over your financial future, and it opens the door for a lot of other options, as you mentioned, Nick.
Yeah. Well, and that begs the question of what are we talking about when we say it's self-directed, right? And simply put, really, it's a retirement account that just allows you to invest in almost any asset class. And it's really not different than an IRA or 401k. It is an IRA and 401k. It's the fact that the custodian, Ben's already mentioned a few, Fidelity, custodians like those, they just don't allow the other asset classes. Why don't they? Maybe they don't make as much money if they offer them. Maybe it's more of a headache. The reasons why they don't allow it are probably endless, and there's, it's up to them, that company, who knows. But a self-directed IRA opens the door for different asset classes if you're working with a custodian that truly offers a self-directed IRA. So Ben, elaborate on how a self-directed IRA expands your investment opportunities.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with self-directed IRAs, most common things that people want to invest in with a self-directed IRA are real estate or real estate related products. So they're doing loans to real estate people. They're buying trust deeds or tax liens. Another thing that you mentioned is cryptocurrency and physical gold and silver. We allow you to buy physical gold and silver. It's not an ETF. It is a physical asset that you own. With self-directed IRAs, you'll notice a lot of the asset classes that our clients like to invest in is something physical. It's not a paper asset like stocks and bonds. It is a physical asset that you can feel and you can touch. So if you bought a piece of property, what is the chances of that property going to zero? It's never going to go to zero. Even if you lost the house, you still have the land underneath the house. So a lot of our clients love that they can buy physical assets. They still get all the same tax benefits. So they buy a piece of property that's appreciated in value. That's a great thing. Cryptocurrency, 6 months ago was crypto at $50,000. It's $100,000 right now, roughly. So cryptocurrency's doubled in the last 6 months. If you had that in an IRA account, all of that income is tax deferred. So those are a lot of the advantages of a self-directed, is you're in control of it. It's physical assets, but you do need to understand that there are certain IRS rules that you need to work with a qualified custodian to ensure that you stay compliant as well.
Yeah, that's great. And two of the asset classes that I'd like to zoom in on a little bit more and talk about, which are hot today, and you mentioned one of them, but the two are gold and crypto. So, gold has been around forever, and it's a timeless asset. It's also often seen as a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. Kind of like Ben talked about, when one market is going a certain way, well, a lot of times there's similarities where the market follows that, especially if you've just invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds. But a lot of times if you're investing in gold, it might go opposite of that, right? So for instance, if the real estate market's crashing, maybe gold isn't, and maybe gold is having, a come up. So that's why gold has often been seen as that hedge against inflation or economic uncertainty. So adding gold to a self-directed IRA can provide stability and, for sure, diversification. But the real hot one too right now is cryptocurrency. Like, as you mentioned, Ben, if we had most of our clients a year ago put a chunk of money into their cryptocurrency and they held on to it till today, they'd be really happy, right? But it's high growth. It's a much higher risk. It's a cutting edge asset class. A lot of people see it as reshaping the financial landscape. With Accuplan, we've made it super easy to invest in both of those asset classes. So that's really great. Ben, can you explain why these two specific asset classes are gaining so much traction, and maybe how investors can leverage these inside of a self-directed IRA?
No problem. I love gold and silver. I love cryptocurrency. I have been investing in gold and silver since 2009. So myself personally, I like gold and silver. I like where it's going. I like the benefits of gold and silver. A lot of the benefits you mentioned. Gold and silver hasn't really performed the last 10 years up until COVID. When COVID happened and there was all the economic uncertainty, supply chain issues, a lot of people flocked to a physical asset like gold and silver. So gold and silver is a great hedge against some of those uncertain times. Why people like gold and silver is typically they're uncertain about either financial futures, or they're worried about the US dollar. They're worried that the US dollar is not doing or performing like it should. And if the US dollar is not performing, then where are they going to go? They go to an asset like gold and silver. So you'll typically see the gold and silver go opposite to the US dollar. Cryptocurrency is a very similar product, in my opinion, to gold and silver, but it's more of a digital currency. So again, when you want to go away from the US dollar, you want to find something more secure in your mind, you'll go with a cryptocurrency or gold and silver. Now, as you mentioned, Nick, cryptocurrency is very volatile. It's still a new product. So you got to understand the risks, the rewards of cryptocurrency before you get into something like that. But we've made the platform very easy to set up a crypto account to buy gold and silver. It's very quick. It's very seamless. The process is very fast. And so we'll show you a little bit about how that works. But our platform is probably among the best platforms to offer gold and silver and cryptocurrency to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I, you just said, we're one of the best platforms there. Well, let me tell you, let me break down, at least in my mind, quick off the top of my head, roughly four ways that I think make us a great choice. You mentioned one of them, the ease of our platform, right? So because we've been doing self-directed accounts for so long, we've heard the complaints from clients, from just about everybody, about what is or isn't working with our platform, right? And so we've tailored and built, from the bottom up, our own platform specifically geared to self-directed investing. So with that in mind, it's super easy and intuitive to use. The second is, because we're a self-directed company, we offer a wide range of assets. Real estate, crypto, whatever basically you want to do, as long as it's possible and within the guidelines, you can do it. So that brings up the third one, compliance and security, right? So we help, because of our base and our knowledge, we handle all the, administrative details, or help ensure that, you're adhering to the IRS guidelines. So like Ben mentioned earlier, if there's something that you're not sure on and you ask questions, we can give you guidance. Of course, you are still the driver of your account. So, everything's up to you. As Ben said, we're not really advisors, if you will, but we know our stuff. So, and then lastly, I would say is, I think it's really great specifically for crypto. And so if crypto is something even if it's like, I want to throw $1,000 at it, or just a lower amount, and I wouldn't mind doing it with my retirement accounts, and I'd like to see, I think our platform is perfect for that. It's really, really integrated into our platform. So Ben, let's actually, like you said, we can show them. Let's show them kind of what that looks like. kind of the whole account and how they would go about maybe investing in crypto, the assets available, whatever.
No problem. Can you see my screen, Nick?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. So this is the screen that you see when you first log into your account. You see the total cash you have, the cash available. This is a test account, so obviously none of this is live data. But if you wanted to purchase crypto, you've got cash in your account, you want to purchase crypto, you go on the far left, you click invest. On the far right, you click new investment. And you can see the investment options: real estate, precious metals, private placements, private loans, wholly owned LLC, stock purchases, cryptocurrency, which we'll click on cryptocurrency. If I want to buy Bitcoin, I can type in Bitcoin right now, click on it.
And
I
I'll
want to
cut you off
purchase.
real quick, Ben, right there. Just the fact that it's not just Bitcoin. We have over 120-ish. I can't remember the exact number. It could be up to 150. I don't know. But over like 120 some odd cryptocurrencies that you can invest in. And so generally, right, I mean, most people are choosing the most popular ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, I think. Anyways, all the standards, but you can see the list there that Ben's showing you.
Yep.
But sorry, I just wanted to cut you off to say that it's not just Bitcoin we're offering that you can purchase. It's literally the top 120 best ones.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. You can click buy or you can click sell. We'll click buy. Buy Bitcoin. Let's buy $10,000. So let's click on $10,000. You can see that's going to give me approximately 0.1 Bitcoins. I'll click review order. I'll click submit buy. And just that quickly, it's placed. Now, because this is a test environment, you can see there is an error. This is not live data. But that's it. I just purchased cryptocurrency that quickly. Let me just go back. If you wanted to buy a gold and silver, you'll click new investment.
Yeah, go ahead. You can keep going, but I will quickly say that, and it's just that easy to sell as well. When you're ready to sell, you do the same thing. I want to sell $10,000 worth. So yeah.
Just in reverse. Yep. And then if you want to buy cryptocurrency, gold and silver, you can click buy. You'll fill out what you want to buy. Buy gold eagles. You'll say how much you want to purchase there, how you want to send the money, and you'll download a form that we'll send you. We won't go through the process. I don't want to spend the time here, but you can see in a matter of minutes, you can purchase crypto. In a matter of minutes, you can also purchase gold and silver just that quickly on our platform.
And with that being said, I do know that I think we're in the process of even improving the gold purchase, in the sense that eventually it'll look just like the crypto. Everything will look the exact same there. But if you want crypto, if you want gold in your account, we have made it super, super easy for you. So, that's one thing that there's a lot of times when you choose custodians, self-directed custodians, a lot of times you have to go through third parties if you're wanting to invest in crypto. You have to say, oh, hey, custodian, I want to buy crypto. Okay, where should we send your money? Oh, let me go set up an account somewhere else. Let me buy the crypto. Okay, send it to this company. And it's a bigger hassle. This removes the hassles of having to do it, multiple different ways. So,
and I would say, Nick, that part of those benefits is cryptocurrency is so volatile, right? You want to buy when you want to buy now.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy tomorrow. So if you buy tomorrow, it may be too high for you to want to buy.
Yeah.
So the cryptocurrency is such a quick asset move. It moves so quickly
volatile.
that you can purchase it immediately.
Yeah, I like that. Excuse me. Thank you. Let's see. I think my next thought is, did I miss something, Ben? Do you have any other thoughts or opinions in your mind as what sets Accuplan apart?
The only thing I would mention that you've kind of hit on at times is we've been in this industry for over 20 years. I've been in the HIT company for over 20 years. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. But because I've been doing it as long as I have been doing it, I know all the questions that people ask. So if you had one-on-one support or needed one-on-one support, can I buy this piece of property that my son owns? Yes or no? Can I buy a property that my brother owns? Can I purchase this privately held stock, but I'm an owner of the company or I work for the company? We can answer all those questions for you. We've been doing this long enough that we know the rules and procedures to make sure that you stay in compliance with us, which is one of most of our competitors do not offer one-on-one support. They say you call them up and say, I want to buy piece of property. Okay, yep, go find the property and purchase it. If you ask the questions, well, can I purchase this property? Here are the particulars. In most times, most instances, they say, sorry, we don't advise you. So that's where we set up ourselves apart. Is we've been doing this long enough. We know the rules and procedures that we can offer the extra support that other custodians may not be able to offer.
Yeah, I love it. I agree 100%. You know, that knowledge is literally, in my mind, a huge piece of the reasons why I would choose a specific custodian. Is they know what they're talking about. They've been doing it. They can help make sure things are great, and guide me if I have questions. Like you said, there's too many other custodians out there that will just be like, tell us what you want to invest in, and that's it. Here's the rules. Make sure you read the thick book of IRS guidelines to make sure you're following the rules. Well, we're a little bit different in the sense that, Ben, yes, we're not an advisor, but we do have a general, really good, deep knowledge of the rules. And a lot of times, if there's questions we don't know, we'll simply say, hey, look, let me look into that, and I'll give you my best thoughts. As always, though, as Ben said, because we're not advisors, you know, it's still up to you, right? It's still on you.
Yeah, we're educators. I mean, we educate
Yeah.
people on the rules. We know what the rules are.
But we're not going
ultimately,
and we're not going to educate you on something like, well, I think it could be like this. Or if we do, we're going to tell you exactly, hey, look, this rule is really gray area. And in our opinion, we would or wouldn't do it. We think there's a high likelihood that if for whatever reason you did get audited, then they're probably going to, you know, fine you or whatever. Right. And so, yeah, like that's, like Ben said, that's kind of where we're at. But at the end of the day, the years and years of experience matters and sets us apart. Okay. With that being said, are there other questions? We've come to the point in our discussion today, unless there's something I've missed, Ben, where we jump into Q&As. What are people's questions? And what I'm going to first start off doing here is kind of asking Ben some of the most popular questions that we receive. And then I'm going to look through the questions, and if there's nothing that is different than that, or if there's no other questions beyond those, then we can end. So the first question, Ben, is, and we've probably answered this, but how does Accuplan ensure my investments comply with IRS regulations?
So in order to be an IRA custodian, you have to be approved with the IRS. So we are approved with the IRS. We are compliant with the IRS. We are a trust company, basically, which is what we do to qualify for that. Being a trust company allows us to hold IRA clients, and in staying compliant, we ensure that all of the reporting is done on your account. When withdrawal is done, there's a 1099 that goes out. We make sure that's done. If there's a 5498, which shows up, I'm gonna sneeze. Never mind. But we'll do 5498. So if 5498 is basically shows you what the value of your IRA is each year. So those are a lot of the ways that we stay compliant. In addition, when you purchase property or you purchase an asset, we make sure that it's titled correctly. If it's titled in your name, you own it. We need to make sure that's titled in the IRA in its name. So we will make sure that all of the titling of the assets are correctly titled as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Let's see. We've already answered that one. Oh, can I use my self-directed IRA for multiple asset classes simultaneously?
Yeah. You can use it for any asset class that we allow you to do. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. We're in the process of offering stocks, bonds, mutual funds probably in the next couple months. So we will have traditional investings, but you can do gold and silver. You can do cryptocurrency. You can do real estate. You can do all of that at the same time. People talk about fees. We charge $350 per year. You can have as many assets as you want for $350. Some of our competitors will charge you per asset. So they'll say it's $200 for the year. And you're like, wow, they're cheaper than Accuplan. But if you start looking into it, they say, well, we charge you $75 for the first asset. We charge you $50 for every additional asset. So if you have 3, 4, 5 assets, the fees can be adding up because you have multiple assets. With our company, flat fee of $350, have as many assets under management as you want.
Okay, great. This one is a little bit bigger of a question. I wouldn't necessarily say we could answer it now, but a lot of times we get the question, what are some of those rules that I need to follow when we talk about self-directed IRA having specific rules? What are the rules to self-directed IRA investing?
The main rule that you need to follow is you cannot invest with a related party. A related party is yourself, your parents, your grandparents, your children, your grandchildren. So if you look up, it's up and down the food chain. You can go across, you can go brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews are okay. But up and down the food chain, you cannot invest with them. So if you wanted to buy a piece of property, great, buy it. But if your dad owned it, you can't buy it. If you wanted to invest in a startup company, your dad owns a startup company, you cannot invest in it. If you follow those main guidelines, you're going to be okay. Where we offer the extra support is, okay, I want to invest with my brother. How can I make sure I do it with my brother that it's not going to be disqualified?
Okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of rules that get into the weeds here. And so one great thing is we do have our website that has a lot of information on it. If you have any questions, you can jump onto our site at accuplan.net. Or if you want the one-on-one guidance, you can always reach out and, ask or talk to Ben. Actually, here, let me show Ben's contact information on here just so anybody, if they need or have questions or want further direction and advice, are curious about a certain investment they're thinking about, contact Ben. His number's there, 801-683-9291, or at accuplan.net, Ben at accuplan.net, sorry. And email him and he can answer any of those questions. If you're just you're ready to go and you want to set up an account, there at the very bottom, set up an account at accuplan.net. You'll see at the top right that you can start now, open an account, and literally be investing in the asset class of your choice really quickly. And like Ben mentioned, if you're really curious about crypto or wanting to push crypto or thinking about that, our platform's great for that. That's all the questions I have. Did I miss any questions that you can think of, Ben, for now?
No, the only other question that sometimes occasionally people ask is we talk about how we invest in physical gold and silver. We buy physical gold, physical silver, and we store that metal. So we have depositories with Brinks. We have depositories with the Delaware Depository where we are physically holding those metals in your behalf. It's not a piece of paper that says you own gold. It is physically holding those assets, which a lot of our customers, they want to get out of the paper assets. Gold and silver, physically held, physically stored, is something that they want.
Yeah, that's great. Like you said, it's at a safe, secure depository, so there's no worry there. Yeah, that's great. Well, I believe that's it for today. I don't see any other questions or comments that we need to talk about. So everybody, thank you for joining us. We hope you gained some valuable insights about how a self-directed IRA can help you maximize your potential and take control of your retirement planning. I mean, at the end of the day, this is really about helping you improve your retirement and your retirement nest egg. And through diversification and through these more tangible assets, we can help. If you're ready to get started, there on the screen, set up an account at accuplan.net. Again, everybody who has been joining us, thank you. Ben, thank you for being here and answering those questions. Everybody, let's have a great 2025, especially through our investing. That's all for today. Thanks, Benny.
See ya.
See ya.